The European Union Chamber of Commerce in China released a new report on Monday about the country's industrial overcapacity, which is putting on the brakes on the economic growth outlook. Our reporter Martina Fuchs talked with the Chamber's president, Jacques Woodke.
We came out 2009 and had 9 sectors, and already at that time we had overcapacity in cement, refining, steel and aluminum. And it got worse over time. It got worse to a point where now China produces half of the world's steel, cement and aluminum, and we have overcapacity in a field of a softening Chinese economic background. So in a way, it's not just that we have a very high level of production, but also we have diminishing demand outlook.
The European business community in China has come up with several recommendations to address the issues, such as cutting capital expenditures in those industries, as well as giving Chinese companies more incentives to invest in research and development. What further reforms are you urging?
Well, we first of all and foremost outline that the problem is government engagement in SOEs. That's where the local protectionism is actually preventing companies from exiting the marketplace. It is telling that you have no market overcapacity in socks, in pans, in toys and so and detergents because private enterprise, they leave. So in a way, cut capex is something which has a bigger meaning. It's like government withdraw in particular from these local and regional state-owned enterprises. The second is, of course, the fiscal solutions has to come. Localities attract business in order to gain business income and tax income. At the same time, they aggravate and make the overcapacity in the whole of China worse. So Beijing has to really find out a way how the fiscal income stays in the regions so they can cover their obligations. Then, of course, the biggest is it's no time for talk anymore. We have seen 4 different campaigns against overcapacity and things got worse. It has reached a level where the supply side reform, as it's called, or cutting down on overcapacity really has to be acted upon now.
The overcapacity problem, together with tumbling energy and commodity prices, is severely impacting the profitability of industrial producers in China. How will their losses impact China's economic growth this year?
Well, it's too early to say now, but I mean, again, we have gone through 4 phases of promises and tackling problems out of Beijing. Again, every time they run into resistance in the local government, protectionism is so severe for good reasons, sometimes because they're worried about unemployment on the local base. But again, I think the magnitude of the overcapacity, the outlook of much softer GDP growth, in particular on the industrial landscape, has to lead to actions. And again, overcapacity is in very high capital-intensive industries, and I think the money should be rather spent more on the soft side, human capital, education, healthcare, than throwing good money at bad money.